first listen to the story and then we're going to learn how to use these tense.
Hey Mark, do you have any plans for the summer vacation?
I sure do. I will travel to Europe.
That sounds amazing. Where in Europe will you go?
I will start in Paris, then I'll visit Rome, and finally I will spend a few days in Barcelona.
Wow, that's quite the itinerary. When will you leave?
I will leave in 2 weeks. I've been planning this trip for a while.
Are you going with anyone, or will you be traveling solo?
I will be traveling with my cousin. We're both excited about the adventure.
I'm sure you'll have a fantastic time. Will you take lots of photos?
Absolutely. I will take tons of photos and share them with you when I'm back.
If you liked the video until now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell and like, so you never miss a moment of this rewarding journey. Hi my smart and sweet friends, in this video you will learn the easiest way to talk about the future in English, and that is by using the word will. When we use the word will, we are in fact using the future simple tense. So, when we talk about the future, what do we mean? We are talking about anything that happens after now. For example, it could be something that happens 5 minutes from now or 30 years from now. All of that is the future. And in English, we have many tenses and ways to talk about the future. Some of them are basic and some of them are more advanced. So let's start by looking at some basic ways to talk about the future in English. 3 basic ways are by using the phrase going to, by using the present continuous for the future, or by using will, which is what we are going to learn today. So, how can we think about this? Look up here. If you're talking about some formal situation, something more official and formal, for example, in business, in academics, or even in a social situation with someone you don't know very well, if it's formal, it's very easy. Then all you do is you use will to talk about the future, okay? What if the situation is a little more informal? Either when you are speaking or when you are writing, maybe it's more casual, more friendly, it's with people that you know, then you have to consider 2 points. Is the thing you're talking about, the action, is it something that is planned in advance or is it something unplanned and happening at the moment of speaking? Let me explain. So if it's planned, then we would use this phrase going to, or we would use present continuous. For example, you might say, I'm going to meet my parents this weekend. Because you have a plan to do that. You may have an appointment to do that. Or you could say, I'm meeting my parents this weekend. Same thing, okay? It's planned in advance. But if it's unplanned, that means what? What do I mean by unplanned? It's just came up. Let's suppose you see your friend somewhere and they say, hey, could you come to my house tomorrow? And you say, okay, I will come to your house tomorrow. So just decided at the moment of speaking. And it's informal situation because you know your friend. So then we can use will. And of course, as we already said, if it's a formal situation, then we use will. Planned, unplanned, doesn't matter. It's a formal situation. Then we would say something like, I'll meet Mr. Jackson tomorrow. Okay? Now let's look at when we can use the future simple tense in real life. As you know, we can use it in formal situations. For example, I will meet Mr. Jackson tomorrow. So it's something formal and official, so we can use it in that context, right? I will meet. There is our future. Next, we can use it in planned events. For example, the doctor will see you at 3 o'clock. Let's suppose you call and want to make an appointment and the receptionist says the doctor will see you at 3 o'clock. So this is something that is planned. Will see you, alright? We can also use it very often to talk about business. For example, Google company will open a new office. Here we have will open. So this is like an official announcement. It's a little more formal. Next, we can also use it when predicting something about the future. For example, it will snow tomorrow. We see here will snow, okay? They are making a prediction about what might happen in the future. We can also use it as we saw for informal situation. For example, I'll call you later. Now we see when it's informal, we are using that contraction. We can also use it for something that's not planned in advance, informally. For example, I'll see you later. It's informal. It's not planned in advance, okay? Next, you can use it for ordering food. For example, when you're ordering food in a restaurant, you don't always decide in advance. You look at the menu, you see what you feel like, and then you order something. So you're kind of making that decision on the spot. So you might say something like, I'll have a pizza. I'll have, okay? You can also use it when you are promising something about the future. For example, I'll be in London tomorrow. Next, you can use it when you are offering something. For example, don't worry, I'll help you study for the math exam. I see that you have got a lot of work left. Hey, I'll help you study for the math exam. Okay? I'll help. Next, we can also use it lots of times to talk about possibility. You're not sure, but it's possible that something will happen or that we will do something. For example, maybe I will invite many guests for my birthday party. So this maybe is possibility, uncertainty about the future. So then also we can use the future simple tense. Now, let's look at how we form the future simple tense. Let's see how it's done. The basic structure that you're going to follow for a positive sentence is that you take the subject, which is I, you, we, they, she, he, and it, plus will, plus the verb in its base form. You don't have to change the verb at all. So let's see how to do it. So in a positive sentence, we would say, I will work. Alright? This is our basic form of the verb. And all we are doing is we are taking the subject, we are using will before it, and the verb doesn't change. The same with an irregular verbs like go. You say it after me. I will work. You will work. We will work. They will work. She will work. He will work. It will work. And you can also say it with an irregular verbs like go. I will go. You will go. She will go. Okay? Now, what happens when we make it negative? It's very simple. We are just adding the word not. Okay? I will not work. You will not work. We will not work. They will not work. She will not work. He will not work. It will not work. Okay? Very simple. Then, to make a question, you have to change the order. So we say, will I work tomorrow? Will you work? Will we work? Will they work? Will she work? Will he work? Or will it work? Here are some other points to keep in mind when we are using this tense. Very often, we can use some expressions before this. You don't have to, but you can. For example, you could say, I think I will work tomorrow, or I believe he'll work tomorrow. I suppose she'll work tomorrow, or I imagine we'll work tomorrow. Or you could also make it negative. For example, I don't think they will work tomorrow because it's a holiday. So you can do that. I don't think, I don't believe, or so on. Now, one other point. Instead of will not, you are going to see that we can also use some contractions. A very common and necessary contraction for will not is won't. So instead of saying I will not work, especially if it's informal, then we'll just say I won't work. Alright? And before questions, sometimes we add question words. For example, we could say, where will she work? When will they work? How long will they work? You should put that question word just before the main structure of question, right here. Okay? Usually in sentences, positive or negative, we don't in North America, we really don't use shall instead of will. You may heard about shall. We do not usually say I shall go there because it sounds very formal and very official and just a little bit old-fashioned, a little bit like Shakespeare, which is wonderful, but it's not really used. So I would not encourage you in sentences to use that. What we do sometimes, though, is we use it to create kind of a polite question. So we could say, for example, only with I or we could ask somebody, shall I bring some food when come to your house? Or shall we dance? Or shall we begin? We do use it in questions like this, very polite questions, but really not anywhere else. Now let's look at when and how to use contractions with the future simple tense. So first of all, when do we not use them? We do not use contractions when we are speaking or writing formally. For example, Dr. Jackson will have an appointment tomorrow. It's a positive and formal sentence, so we do not shorten it. When can we use contractions? When we are speaking or writing informally. So how do we do it? So instead of saying I will work, we join together the words I and will, and it becomes I'll. Say it after me. I'll. I'll work. You'll work. We'll work. They'll work. He'll work. She'll work. It'll work. All of these are contractions for the subject plus will. Now, we can do the same thing with the negative form. Instead of saying I will not, we can say what? I won't. Say it after me. I won't. I won't work. You won't work. She won't work. Okay? It's important that you pronounce this word correctly. Say after me. Won't. Won't. So make sure you are pronouncing it correctly in terms of the O, and also make sure you are saying the T sound at the end. Won't. Won't. Now let's look at how to give short answers in the future simple tense. So, when do we give short answers? When someone asks a question, we don't have to repeating everything they had said, we just answer in short, like this. So if someone says, will he travel to America next week? You could say, yes he will. Or, If it's formal, you could say, no, he will not. Or informally, no, he won't. Let's look at another example. Will they pass the test? Yes, they will. If it's formal, no, they will not. Or informally, no, they won't. What's important to notice here is that when it's positive, we cannot use any contraction. If it's a negative answer, you definitely can contract it. Let's look at another example. Will Sarah help Jack paint his house? Yes, she will. If it's formal, no, she will not. Or informally, no, she won't. Got it? That's all you have to know. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.